Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I hope you can hear me. I am on my desktop because my laptop has went on the blink, and we're waiting on Kenneth Lively to join us. Not gonna tell his business. You know how he is when he says I'm telling his business. So uh, he is trying to get on with us right now. And sorry I'm late, but I got dealing with a community issue and this community activism work is not always the easiest work in the world to do, um, and haven't even announced it. Just hasn't been a good day, but we're gonna get through it and do what we're supposed to do on this show. Um, I want to start by I watched Roland Martin watched a Roland Martin segment the other day, and the same issue comes up every time, which is black men, black men, black men. Good morning, Mary. Black men, black men, black men. And Roland Martin's segment. I hope y'all can see. I hope I'm not too dark. I don't know what I haven't quite figured out. How to make this lighter. Um, Roland Martin's segment the other day was how do we get Tyrone off the couch? Me and Marion talk about this all of the time. How do we get to young black men to get them to want to actively participate in the democratic process? It's frustrating. Is how do they get the information? I deal with them a lot. I deal with them almost on a daily basis, and I can tell you from experience, it is extremely hard to understand where they're coming from when it comes to voting. It's just extremely hard to understand why they vote the way they vote, um, who they're listening to. Some of the stuff they say about the voting process is um, it literally makes no sense. Um, uh, I, that's how confusing it is. I don't have words for it. Uh, it's when you ask them certain questions, where do they get the information from, who are they listening to, what will convince you to get involved in the process. A lot of times they don't even know. They literally don't know what they don't know. They don't, and they quite a few of them are off on these crazy conspiracies about what they believe with no data, no facts. A lot of them, in my opinion, don't like black women. I'm meeting so many young men that don't have a lot of good things to say about black women, and it's baffling as hell to me. Baffling. And what you see is you just constantly see this divide of young black women going this way and young black men going this way. Young black women going and getting degrees and getting educated and preparing themselves for the future, and young black men not. Um, we have a grant that we got over here that allows us to pay people in our neighborhood $2,500 to go to lineman school. The lineman school is free. It's paid for by the Blank Foundation. And then we've supplemented with $2,500 so that they will have money in their pocket in the 8-week course that they have to go to the school. And all they have to do is have a high school diploma and pass a drug test. We haven't been able to find one body yet. One body. And it doesn't have to be men. It could be women too. But most times linemen, most of the time they're men. Most of the time they're men. And when you have these, one of the guys that I tried to get in the program is extremely smart. I could see all the potential in the world. Got up and took him to the orientation, put money in his pocket. He has his high school diploma. And like 3 weeks passed, and I went and said, "Hey, did you go and you follow up?" And he didn't got a pot to piss in or the window or a window to throw it out of. And he's smart. He is no way you can't talk to him and not tell he's a smart kid. And he says to me, man, I didn't think it was for me right now. It's going to require a lot of discipline. And I'm like, dude, young man, you are broke. You don't have any options or any plans. And we were going to pay you up to $400 a week. Then is 400, let's see, 8 to 25 is what? $300 and something, because we can't pay everything, but we were going to give him $1,200 a month just to go to school. Cash. And it's symbolic of so many guys. So many guys his age, 25, I'll say 25 to 35. And as I told someone the other day, and I'm going to talk about the election in a minute, because I know Marion wants to talk about the election, and I'm waiting for Kenneth to come on. I'm sending him a text again to say, are you coming on? I don't know what to do with that. I don't know how I get through with that. And I'm telling you, as somebody that's out there all the time, and because of my business, I deal with a lot of young black men, because I try to employ young black men, because I know no one else is employing labor like that with young black men. I had this conversation with them all of the time. All of the time. And it wouldn't, again, Mary and I talked a lot. Mary McMillan and I talk a lot. If we weren't in the same boat, I probably wouldn't care about it this much. But I'm in the same boat. You can't move forward without votes. You cannot move forward without votes. And you have to have them engaged in the vote. It's a numbers game. It's just purely a numbers game. And a lot of them think that the Democratic Party and Republican Party are the same. And my litmus test for that, and I would make this your litmus, stay on rolling, stay on rolling. What do you want me to say about rolling? I can't. I'm telling you what rolling is said. Rolling is said, has had a guy on there that's trying to do the data right now, that's trying to figure out how, that's what his thing is, how to get Tyrone off the couch. And one of the things they said was in the section that in the segment that I watched is a lot of these young guys get their information from Twitter, music, influencers, but they get wrong non-factual information. And you have to have them you have to get them in the voting pool. It may have been 77% last time that, 77% majority of black men did vote for her. But if 23% voted for him, that's quite a few black men. And a lot of them are just attracted to his bravado. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And I don't know how we don't. I'm frustrated. I'm tired. Mary and I and the people I'm around talk about this all the time, but it seems to me that people just walk around here willy-nilly, doing exactly what Marion said they were going to do, which is until it's intense pain, y'all not going to get your asses up. So people like me and Marion and people who can make money and make our way in this world, we're starting to say, I had this conversation yesterday with somebody. My young brother was like, man, I'm going to start looking out for myself because I can't wake them. They don't want to see me be woken up. And it's going to affect my livelihood, my grandkids' livelihood. I don't. Yeah, you do really think they've seen the truth by now. And why you not on the screen instead of commenting in the section? Just log in to our streaming platform and jump on the thing. Pull over and do it. That's Kenneth, everybody. Commenting from the peanut, not I'm gonna call it the peanut gallery because he's supposed to be one of the hosts of the shows. They would need to feel the pain because they can't win. They can't or will not see the light. They sure won't see it. It's like they walk around blinders on. This argument that people keep saying that the parties are the same. My litmus test is this. My litmus test is it's not let me get into email, Kenneth, but if you jump on StreamYard, you could jump right into the studio on your own. Jump right in from your phone. You can jump right into the studio. My litmus test is this, and has always been this. Name one Democrat anywhere in the country, anywhere, any level, that's proposed a bill to gut the Voting Rights Act. That's the only litmus test you need, because you're not going to find one, which means it tells you the parties aren't the same. The parties are not the same. The parties are absolutely not the same. One is trying to take away your rights. One isn't. It's just that simple. So, getting back to young men, it's almost like their growth has been stunted. That's what my takeaway is always. The growth has been stunted. But I can't really talk too much because MFs in my age group, the only thing they have to do is vote. That's the only obligation they have is vote. I'm not doing any more than voting. I'm not doing any more than voting. And like Marion said, the pain is not going to stop at the lower income Black folks. For those of y'all that believe that, the pain is not going to stop at lower income Black folks. Why you don't see that after they got rid of 88,000 professional Black women in the government, I don't know. The pain is not just going to stop. It's time for me to invest in Trump financially. Elon Musk IPO, for example. That's a hell of a statement. What Marion said was, I think it's time for me to invest in Trump financially. Elon Musk IPO, for example. What he's saying is, if I can't beat him, I might as well join him. I can't do it. I give enough money. I give enough money to the billionaires. I don't know if I have the morally I could do it. It's tantamount to me sending my kid to SEC school right now. That's what's tantamount to me. Is I couldn't in good conscience do it. I couldn't in good conscience send my kid to an SEC school, not knowing that they're going to be safe. I don't care how good of an athlete they were. I'm gonna take my chances elsewhere. So, and I just got to take my chances elsewhere, because this situation we find ourselves in right now is only going to get worse. We got one, I don't know how Marion feels about this. We got one shot bite at this apple again. And if they could decide to come for Atlanta the way they seem to be threatening to come for Atlanta, it's going to be a problem. It's going to really be a problem if they make the decision to come for Atlanta the way they seem to be gearing up to come for the last stronghold of the Black community, which is Atlanta, Georgia. When I say the major stronghold, because of all the money that the financial might of the Atlanta area, particularly the Atlanta city government. And it seems like we got one more bite at the apple. And I don't think that, not the Black men that I've been around, not the Black men who are in my category, pretty well educated, they're doing pretty well financially, they don't even talk about this shit. It's the most frustrating thing. So a lot of those people, I stopped hanging around. They really believe that their kids are going to be okay, and that all they got to do is just keep it up, and that it's almost like it's almost like they think I'm Chicken Little and the sky is falling. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. And they don't see the sky is falling, because they got their retirement savings account, they're about ready to retire, and they don't think it's going to hit them. And I absolutely don't believe that. I don't know how Marion feels about that. I think you could. I'm frustrated that doesn't seem to have the sense of urgency that it should have. 28% turnout in the primaries, the canary in the coal mine. I agree. I absolutely agree. In Georgia, 28% people turn out for the primary. We got 7 million voters in Georgia. 2.036. 2,036,000 turned out for the primaries. 28%. And excuse me, y'all. Black African Americans cannot. We are past the point of being able to afford to treat this the way white folk treat it. And I don't know how else you get that message out. I don't know if you curse them out. You know, I told Marion and his wife, I went down to Montgomery for the all roads lead back to the South, and which was protest. We didn't really march. Was a protest to talk about the Voting Rights Act, and I didn't see enough black men there. But I also had a problem with how I drove 2.5 hours to get there. Took my mother-in-law, and I walked away thinking, okay, I could have stayed home and watched this on Zoom, because I don't think there were any marching orders. You know, the people are there are the people are your base. They're the gung-ho base that don't want black people to lose the right of Voting Rights Act, because they understand how important the Voting Rights Act is to everybody, not just black people. It's important to everybody. On the Roland segment, Marion wants to talk about what Roland said about Roland was at Montgomery. But I'm gonna say my problem with the Montgomery, then I'll tell you what Roland said. I think that people come to these events and all people do is talk. You get a whole bunch of speakers up there talking, a whole bunch of Alabama politicians talking, but you don't walk away with, excuse me, any marching orders. You don't walk away with any marches. You don't walk away feeling like we've done something by coming down. I didn't feel like we did anything. And so what Roland was saying was when he was checking into his hotel room, the person checking him in was a young Alabama State African American male. And correct me if I'm wrong, Marion, he wasn't really involved in the political process. Now, this is his world he's going to have to deal with. This is his world he's going to have to deal with. And thanks. Hey, Kenneth. This is his world.
What's up, man?
He's going to have to
put my headphones on right quick.
Go ahead. Keep going. And this is his world he was going to have to deal with. And he wasn't really involved in the process. So Roland kept engaging him and saying, I was at Alabama State sometime last year. He said he didn't know Roland was at Alabama State. He didn't know who Roland was. He didn't know who Roland was. He didn't know Roland was at Alabama State. He said it wasn't announced. And he didn't know a lot about the issues. This is an Alabama State. I think Roland said, Marion, that he was a rising junior, or he was a junior. And he wasn't really into the voting process. And he goes to school in Montgomery. And we got to figure this out quick and not just be on here talking shit. You know, we got to figure this out quick. You know, because like I told Marion, I say Marion a lot because Marion, I talk a lot about this. The time for talking shit is over. Just because you don't think you're in a war like Roland said, doesn't mean that you're not in one. Just because you don't want to act like you know, this is war. This is a war. And you better start acting like you're in a war, everybody. You better start literally acting like you're in a war for your rights and your kids' rights, particularly your black granddaughter's rights. That's my driving motivation. My driving motivation is I have 2 granddaughters. And if I don't keep running my mouth and trying to get out there and do action, they're going to have to deal with this shit for the next 40 years. And they're 9. And I was given this privilege before I was even out of the womb. So I've had 60 years of this privilege to try to make something with the sacred opportunity. So I don't get talking about fights and golf. And I try to take a break with the NBA game because Kenneth tell me you got to take a break. But this is like an existential threat to my grandkids, particularly my granddaughters. Black women already catch enough hell. I don't want my granddaughters to catch this shit too. So I don't get people not being on 10 with this. It's almost like breathing to me. It has to be just as important as breathing if I care enough about them the way I say I care about them. I literally can't walk down the street now and see young black women and think, boy, you already are begging for our leadership. And if we don't stop this shit in the midterms, this is just going to be straight down. It's going to be hard to stop this boulder from rolling down that hill. That's where that boulder at is teeing up, as they say in golf. It's teeing up to be pushed down that hill. They're teeing it up. So you can't act the way everybody else acts. It affects your community differently. Go ahead, Kenneth. I see you trying to keep that camera on you. We're not gonna look to the right. you know I was gonna talk about you. Go ahead.
Trying to get this hook.
What about right here?
Whoa, you got your mic. Let me turn my mic. Turn my mic down. Whew. And so, this little audience that we have, and it's a little more bigger than I thought because we get impressions, Kenneth. I never looked at the metrics on our show. We do get impressions. We get way more impressions than I thought. Time for talk is over. That's a wrap. Time for talk is over. You got one more goddamn swing at this bat. That's the midterms. They already took Memphis. And we got to start calling people out. Sports market. That's where he was a sports marketing major. It's a shame that the old folks have to depend on young folks. Again, black kids to move the needle. There should be a blackout of the major southern industries. The Waltons, for example. Got to be something dramatic, and it's got to be across the board, and it has to catch their attention. You're 100% right. It has to be something so dramatic. It has to catch their attention. The reason I've been saying SEC schools because I knew it would. I saw a lady on there a black woman on Instagram. I should have sent it to you, Marian, that tried to sit down and come up with the data of why this is not necessarily a good idea. And she's like, and one of her things was only 25% of athletes, African American athletes, are at SEC schools. And she started talking about the numbers. And one of the things I said she left out was this. Here's what she left out, that it wouldn't work. White athletes are going to go where the winning programs are. The winning programs are always going to be where the black athletes go. And if you want to get into the pros, you're not going to get into the pros by playing for a bad team. And if you're a top-tier quarterback, which there are quite a few top-tier passing white quarterbacks, you want to go where you know you could throw somebody the ball. If you stop going to the University of Alabama, the University of Georgia, the University of Florida, Miami, Florida State, Kentucky, Tennessee, all those, Louisiana, LSU, those white players, great white players, are going to leave in droves. They're not staying. Anybody tells you that is a lie. That cat is out the bag. They're going to where the wins are, whether that's USC, UCLA, Michigan, University of Illinois, Syracuse, Maryland, Virginia. They're going to go to those schools because they're going to follow the athletes. And you're not winning national championships without black athletes. You just not. You're not. You are not. You're not going to ever win a national championship with an all-white team. You're not. Yeah, that's Bear Bryant proved that back in 1972. You're not. So when people sit here and say you shouldn't ask them to do it, yes, you should. They can get NIL money from any one of those other schools, the same amount. You're not. You're not going to. You're not. So, like Marian said, there's going to have to be something really, really drastic.
Right.
Really, really, really drastic. Kenneth, don't let me take over. I'm waiting for you to chime in if you want to chime in. I'm just running my mouth.
Well, listen. one of the things that I've been saying, I said this before, I'm gonna say it again. You've been talking about this for over a year. And it's funny how everybody's coming around to where you've always been on this topic. Not going to those schools. And now everybody's it's a trending topic. And for those, like you said, for those people who keep saying that, one thing they say is they keep saying that we're asking too much for these young 18-year-olds. No, we're not. Who led the civil rights movement? 18-year-olds. Marion, our elder in the group, he was around that time. He was around 18 years old when that did. He, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You can correct me. But he participated in the civil rights movement. From whatever level he was on, he participated in it. So to say that these young people don't have it in them to do it, it's because we haven't told them or we haven't showed them how to do it. And this is the way that we can show them. And it doesn't have to be all of them. It doesn't have to be all of them. You get enough, you get a five-star prospect saying he ain't going nowhere, he ain't going to one of those schools, things will change.
Things will change.
Number two, about the money. The money, they're gonna get the money. And they're gonna get the recognition. That whole bullshit, and I'm gonna call it bullshit, that people keep saying that these kids cannot get the recognition if they go to other schools. You mean to tell me in this age of as they said, Mr. Al Gore's internet, that they can't find athletes? That's some stupid shit. That's the stupidest shit. I ain't gonna say it's the stupidest shit. It's up there. It's up there to say that these people can't be found. One of the greatest players to ever play in the NFL, Walter Payton. He went to I forgot what school it was at. Jackson State. Jerry Rice went to Mississippi Valley. So you mean to tell me that was before the internet? You mean to tell me they can't find you if you go there? If you dominate, they're gonna find you, no matter what school you go to. We're not be hurting for money. You don't have to go to Alabama, Georgia, or SEC schools. SEC schools, hell, even Georgia Tech. Shit, Georgia Tech is in the South, in Georgia. Any of these schools, you don't have to go there to get recognition. There are other schools in the country. People are they're trying to make it seem like we tell them not to go to college or not to go to a Division I school. And that's some bullshit. That's some basic level ignorant shit that these people are saying. Basic level ignorant shit. Because that means you don't even know what the hell you're talking about. We ain't asking nobody not to go to school. And shit, let's be real. Was it 97% of them don't even get drafted?
Only 2% get drafted.
Yeah, 2% get drafted. 2%. So that means 98% got to find something else to do.
98%. But they make
98% got to find something else to do. And you sitting here worried about why I ain't gonna get drafted. Shit, you probably weren't gonna get drafted to begin with. If that's your word, what school you go to is gonna make you get drafted. No, you weren't gonna get drafted anyway. Let's be real. Talent is talent, no matter where it goes. People find talent, and if you don't go into the pros, God damn it, get a regular job like the rest of us. Use that degree that you get from the other schools to your advantage. Use it.
We're not going to Notre Dame. They're in Indiana. Indiana has just passed one of the most oppressive voting rights for the few black people they have there. We're not. HBUs have athletic departments, and they know how. Well, the problem with HBCUs, here's the problem. People keep saying this about HBCUs, and Kenneth will tell you this. You can't make money if you can't get the athletes. See, the money follows the athletes. They complain about
their homecoming.
Their homecoming. They complain about HBU's facilities, but Harriet, when you and I were in high school, all of the best athletes still went to HBCUs. When Mississippi Valley State was selling out, Jerry Rice and Willie Totten and Willie Totten were selling out stadiums with 77,000 people. They were going all over the country. New York, they were selling out. Because it was called the greatest show on earth. Archie Cooley, Gunslinger Cooley. You know, where to run and shoot, where all the NFL offenses come from that Archie Cooley era. But they had the money because they had the players, and the players sold the tickets, and the tickets went back into the general account for HBCU so they could spend the money. It's when we decided that ice was better on the other side, which they had better facilities. They do, but the facilities were going to get built up if you had stayed at school. So when people say that HBCUs don't have the funding, two things. You don't contribute to HBCUs. It's $1.4 trillion we have in borrowing power. How much of that do we send to HBCUs as a total, as a population? Probably less than 1%, us. And so the athletes don't go because they don't have the funding. But the athletes drive the funding in the two major sports. And like Kenneth said, I've never said don't go to school. I said don't go to those schools. Take your ass out there to Lincoln Riley and USC like Chip Banks did. Kenneth, I don't know if you were born when Chip Banks was around. Like Chip Banks.
When I was born.
Were you? Well, no, because you would have been super little.
Oh, yeah, younger than you. What the hell are you talking about when I was born?
You remember Chip Banks?
Yeah.
You know?
I remember Chip Banks, what's his name? Leroy, went to Glen Hills. Leroy,
Irvin.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
You're right. I keep forgetting. You look so young, my man.
Don't try to clean that shit up. But no, I mean, it's a thing. The talent pool is there. It's there. We have the talent pool, and we can control the narrative.
They were still.
But we got people who are saying, "No, you shouldn't do it because they'll lose money."
Like Ronnie
These
Clark.
kids, they lose. Hey, let's go back. Let's go back a few. Until a few years ago, these kids weren't getting no damn money.
Yeah.
They wouldn't get no money. All they got was a scholarship, 3 hots in a cot. That's what they got.
Well, what was that? 4 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what.
The NIL shit just exploded. So for them to say that, these athletes are gonna lose on NIL, they weren't getting NIL money. And let's be real, majority of them aren't getting NIL money to begin with.
Right.
Everybody ain't getting NIL money. They make it seem like they just coming up with truckloads of money and get everybody a truckload of money. They ain't doing that shit.
Now I remember last year the University of Utah gave every last football player on that team F-150s.
A car. Yeah, they gave him a car.
I remember that. Now if I'm on the special teams, I only get on there for punt returns and kickoffs. Yeah. And I walk into the stadium and they tell me pick out a car. Hey, look.
You should me to try.
That's a big deal.
Ooh, hold that up good.
So, I don't know I don't understand why it's black people pushing back against this strategy, Kenneth. I really don't.
But you know what?
Oh yeah, the boosters work, but not to all of them, Marion. I think let me not say that. I don't know what the boosters were doing. I don't know if the boosters were giving all of them. I know they were getting some money. I know.
Yeah, they was getting like $100 to $200 a game, $100 a game. If you didn't start, you got like $100 a game for boosters.
I mean,
but that was only at the big major ones. Everybody wasn't doing that at all the schools. They weren't doing that at every school. It's the point I'm trying. People are missing the bigger issue here, the bigger point. You have some athletes who sacrifice. And it ain't even no sacrifice. Some athletes who don't go to those schools at SEC. It will change everything. All this bullshit that's coming from other people, the naysayers in the back who don't do nothing, don't do a damn thing to begin with, who only speak up when it's we trying to do something for the community, and those bots that created by Russia and whomever else. Those are the people that's speaking the loudest about this. Those are the ones who are the naysayers. Those are the ones who are trying to stop this. And they don't care about our community to begin with. All they care about their little corner of the community. That 3,200 square foot house that they live in. They don't give a damn about nothing else and nobody else. And that's their problem. And they're always the ones with the loudest voice. Like that ignorant ass Stephen A. Smith. He is ignorant as hell. I don't know. Well, I do know why people keep giving him a damn platform. I do know why. Because he's the one that they call on when they need somebody to say something bad about everybody else in the black community. He's the one they call on.
I don't. But Kenneth, even with that being said, you gotta be an insidious son of a gun to watch Memphis get ripped apart, and they're 65% black, and not be a celebrity or anybody, you or anybody else, and say, what can we do to get their attention ASAP? Knowing that Elon Musk built that data center in that black neighborhood, and to say, well, one of the ways is to ask majority of the people on the University of Tennessee football team to hit the damn transfer portal. Leave. If you don't want us fully, leave.
Yeah, Memphis State. Even Memphis State, whatever, University, whatever they call it right now.
Just leave.
Hit the portal from there.
Leave. Just leave. Just get that. Look, earlier this year, the University of Tennessee in women's basketball team just 2 months ago was down to one player because every last player hit the portal because of the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Every last player hit the portal. So don't say it can't be done. Every last player.
And then what they do? They got rid of that coach.
And including the reigning SEC player of the year. Every last player hit the portal. She was down to one player. One. So
and then they went ahead and fired that coach immediately. When that word hit the internets, hit the internets, they fired her immediately.
Yeah, because
the University of Tennessee basketball is king at the University of Tennessee. Forget the football.
That's right.
Women's basketball. That's king. Same thing as South Carolina.
Right.
As much as I love Dawn Staley and I love what she's built at that school, she needs to say something. She needs to say something.
I would not be mad if she said, I can't stay here if y'all doing this to black people. Y'all can have she needs to lend her voice to that to the chorus and saying, this is not right. Yeah, my players aren't
this is not right.
Right.
And I let's piggyback off this and go and switch it a little bit.
All right, Mark Miles said hello, Kenneth. Mark Miles said, what's up? Mark.
What's up?
Go ahead. Piggyback.
Something that we know from the election the other day, you said it's 28%. That's shocking to me. But somebody I know, somebody I respected, went on his Facebook and stated that they couldn't vote for Keisha Lance Bottoms because of what happened when she was mayor. Now, and this person said they're not going to vote at all. So, me being the person that why, what did she do? What is she? The alternative is this: if you don't vote, then you're talking about her leaving.
He's going through a cell phone tower change. That's why his service. Don't get off the call, Kenneth. You're in between towers right now. Because I want to hear that story. I don't understand how anybody. I'll be the first to admit I voted for harm reduction, and my candidate obviously didn't. Yeah, I voted for harm reduction. I'm like, we cannot afford to have a particular candidate. I know this from inside. It's a particular candidate that you all do not want to be governor, and so I'm voting for harm reduction. But when my candidate lost, I immediately sent Keisha some money. Immediately that morning, I got up and I jumped on her website and I sent her some money, and I'll send her some more money, and I'm going to volunteer for her campaign, and I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get her over the finish line. Whatever it is I got to do. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about in goddamn Atlanta. Let me tell you something. Atlanta is the driving economic engine in the state. And I know a lot of y'all don't want me to say this shit about what happened at Rayshard Brooks, and it's unpopular. But if the motherfucker had been at his damn 7-year-old daughter's birthday party like he was supposed to, none of that shit would have happened. I know that's an unpopular thing. But I'm not going to not vote for Keisha because of that. Because there's a whole bunch of nuance to that story that folks don't want to say. I ain't one of them folks that's going to run from that. I'm not going to run from that. Because anybody that sleep at a Wendy's goddamn drive-in has been drinking. And he been out partying, and we done all been there. Now, was that cause for him to die? No. But when you rolling them dominoes, you put yourself in positions where shit happens. And I'm not about to punish Keisha for that. I'm not. Now, was I satisfied that Keisha didn't run again? Yeah. I wish she had ran again. But most people think that if you're a mayor and you're an incumbent, you're supposed to run again. Most people see this. A lot of people see this quitting. But that don't mean I'm not voting for her. That doesn't mean I'm trying to do everything in my power. I want to say one thing before when Kenneth come back, we pivoted. I'm amazed at how many celebrities and influencers have not come south to show us they're with us. And I don't mean from afar. I mean coming to the south. How many celebrities have not shown up in Memphis? How many? And I'm gonna let you get back with Keisha. How many celebrities have not shown up in Memphis? And I mean shown up. How many celebrities have not shown up in these small towns like me and Kenneth have been saying in the South? How many celebrities have not shown up in Jackson, Mississippi? How many celebrities from Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky have not come back home and used their platform to get Black folks feeling like, to get the morale up of Black folks? I'm disappointed. Anyway, Kenneth, you were talking about him saying he wasn't going to vote for Keisha. I want to finish hearing that story and what you did.
So I apologize. I didn't do it. I went on a 5-minute tirade. Didn't even know it was on.
That's all right. We knew you were in between towers. We knew you were in between towers.
Yeah. So what happened? He's telling me that he's not voting for her because of her leadership, her lack of leadership during the pandemic and when they had all the protests around the country. And mind you, the protests out when I were in Atlanta was because of like the serious protests, quote unquote riots, were because this Atlanta cop shot an unarmed man in the back as he was running away from him. And incidentally, that's illegal. You can't do that as a cop. Take it from a cop, a former cop. You can't shoot nobody that's running away from you. They actually had a Supreme Court case on that. I think it was Tennessee versus Garner. I think that was the actual case. They said you can't shoot somebody, a fleeing suspect in the back when they don't pose a threat to you. Now, of course, he tried to say, well, he had a gun in his hand. Man never had a gun. He never saw a gun.
You talking about Rayshard Brooks?
I can't remember his name. I just remember the young man that, the Wendy's, he fell asleep and the cop was talking to him for an hour and some change before he tried to run away. So you mean to tell me that whole hour that you were with him, he had a gun and you didn't even search him the whole time you were sitting there with him? You didn't search him? So he had a gun. You think he had a gun that whole time, but he's sitting in front of you the whole time for an hour and you never searched him at all. And then when he starts running, all of a sudden when you shoot him, oh, he had a gun. I don't make no damn sense. And rightfully so, he got fired. He got his job back. Yeah, but he shouldn't have got his job back. That's some bullshit right there. Coming from somebody that was a cop for a lot of years and had a lot of suspects run from me. Anybody that I detained, I searched. That's the first thing I did. And that's the first thing you're taught. Search somebody that you are detaining. Or at least pat them down. Can't go in their pockets, but you can at least pat them down. Hey, I'm patting you down for my safety and your safety. Boom, that's it. That's the end of it. Put it on, make them sit down or whatever you're going to have them do. But you do not sit there and talk to somebody for an hour before you decide, okay, now I'm arrested, and they run, then you shoot them. No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. But anyway, the Wendy's got burned down, as y'all remember. Wendy's got burned down. There was no serious damage done to Atlanta. The rest of it was just people blocking traffic, if I remember correctly. Now, Leonard At the time, I was living in the suburbs of Atlanta. You lived in downtown Atlanta. If you know something that I don't know that happened during that time, please correct me. But all I remember is the windows being burned, which nobody saw coming.
Now,
And then two,
let me cut in there. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
good.
Where that Wendy's burns down is off University Avenue, and for a while that was a truck route, and still a lot of trucks go take that route to get over to Moreland. They come down off University, take a left, they come down, they drive down Jonesboro Road because that's a truck route. And for a while, what happened was a group of guys had set up barricades and were threatening to shoot people down University. I knew that wasn't going to work. That just was stupid. They were sitting out there with the barricades with their AK-47s. And I'm going to say what I had to say about Rayshard Brooks, but I'm going to let you go on before I say what I got to say. And so what people were mad at was that she didn't go in there guns a-blazing. And she thought that she was going to put more.
Yeah.
Right. So she waited for a while, and then I think maybe a week, because they even couldn't get to the Wendy's. And she said, okay, you know what, enough's enough. And she sent the Atlanta Police Department in to move the barricades, because them fools are out of town. Oh, y'all not coming down this road. And it was like, you don't own the road. And all these truckers couldn't get through because the orders of the Atlanta Police Department, if I remember correctly, was, hey, do not shoot those people saying that you weren't going to get between this University coming off the freeway and the main trucker route, which is less about 2 miles down, maybe 2 miles, maybe not even 2 miles. And so a lot of people were complaining about that. A lot of other people also were complaining about the Spelman and Morehouse kid who got jacked up in downtown Atlanta. I had a different.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Yeah.
But even those officers, now when it happened, it wasn't because she acted on that too. She did a leadership thing too. Those people, they did an investigation. They got fired because they went way too damn far unnecessarily. And like I said, this is somebody coming from a cop.
But Kenneth say this as a cop too, though. Be honest now. Once they gave those two kids orders to stop, that you couldn't come through here, it was 20 cops sitting right there. And once they said, hey, turn your car around, little dude, turn your car around. Those were the guys from the fugitive squad. Remember, those were cops from the fugitive squad, which they on a different type, they on some different stuff. They shouldn't even been down there.
Leonard, it was unnecessary.
Absolutely.
I have been in more situations like that than I want to remember, where it was, okay, let's just give them a little leeway, give them a little grace, because they're scared as hell. You got a bunch of cops, majority of them probably white, yelling orders to all these kids back and forth, and you mean to tell me they gonna know exactly, they ain't gonna be confused? Give them a little grace.
Have the facts. Majority of those cops.
What they did was drag him out the car. That was the part that was the problem. It wasn't the fact that they, hey, if they say stop, pull the gun in, but hey, stop. They dragged him out the car. That was the unnecessary part. The other shit they did, they could have done was okay. Dragging him out the car was the problem, the thing that got him in trouble. And let's be real, during that environment, all the stuff that was going on in this country at that time, Atlanta was about to be a powder keg. It was about to be a powder keg. You did not want Atlanta to explode. And every time there's an uprising, some people call them riots, whenever there's something that happens, it's always our community that suffers. They don't know nobody ever go up to Buckhead. Exactly. They don't never go up to any other place where they're predominantly white and act a fool. They do it in our community, and we're sitting here talking about she didn't do leadership. She was trying not to let her community get burned down. Exactly. And we need to stop all this revisionist bullshit and remember stuff that's the truth. That's right. Just like them same people. Biden, he did that bill, that crime bill that caused all those black people to go to prison. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was the people who was committing the crime that caused themselves to go to prison. And he wasn't even the one that sponsored it. He sponsored the bill, but it wasn't his idea. That came from members of the House, black members of the House, who said we need somebody to sponsor this in the Senate. That came from the House. Black people of the Congressional Black Caucus, they're the ones who pushed for this because people in their communities were saying we need tougher penalties for crime because these people who are selling crack in our community are killing innocent people. Like I said, people with small minds don't understand what's going on. They never have. They're reactionary. They need one paragraph in a book and think that's the whole story. So for people to say that Keisha Lance Bottoms didn't have leadership skills, I think she showed extraordinary leadership skills, mainly because she prevented the city from blowing up. She prevented from blowing. A lot of stuff that went on in other cities did not happen in Atlanta. The black community didn't lose, like in Baltimore. Remember after Freddie Gray got killed? To see all the one pharmacy in West Baltimore, and I went to school in Baltimore. I know that area, West Baltimore. The only CVS in West Baltimore after Freddie Gray got killed, got looted, they never put a CVS back over there. It shut it down. So now people who only pharmacy in their entire neighborhood, that only West Baltimore is gone because they looted. They burned it down.
She's held to a different standard because she's a black woman.
And as my friend just said, she's held to a different standard because she's a black woman, which is the other point I was going to make. Because we sit here and let white men do whatever the hell they want. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. They get white men get to do what the hell they want. And a black woman is always held to a higher standard. Always held to a higher standard.
Hey, we don't want to hear no more what you got to say. We want to hear what the black woman in the car got to say. You just need to be quiet. Instead of being your hype man, we don't want to hear. We hear what you say every damn week. We don't look. Why you gotta dominate?
Mind your business, Leonard. Mind your business. Mind your business.
Conversation.
Mind your business. Anyway, we're sitting here. We hold black women to a higher standard than we hold racist ass white men.
Well, we hold black women.
And I want everybody to think about that.
Keep it 100. Keep it 100. We hold black women.
Keep it 100. We hold them to a higher standard.
And we hold black men too. We hold them to a higher standard across the board.
Yeah. I mean, well, we can say that. But since we're talking about a black woman, let's do this. A black woman is held to a higher standard than the racist white men that's running against her.
Absolutely.
And that narrative, and I even said to him, and I respect this. I respect this brother. I respect him. I even said, I respect you.
What'd you say to him?
I said, if you have that opinion, keep it to yourself. Because we can't afford not to vote. Keep it to yourself. We can't afford to have people come out here and start piggybacking on your bullshit. Keep it to yourself.
Shut the fuck up.
If you don't want to vote for her, keep it to your damn self. Everybody, well, that's his right. That's people's right not to vote. Fuck y'all. We know it's your right. But keep that bullshit to yourself, because the rest of us are out here trying to convince our people to vote. If you don't want to get on board with that shit, shut the fuck up.
There you go.
Shut the fuck up. Keep your shit to yourself. Don't tell your mama them, your cousin them, your nephew them. Don't tell none of them. Keep that shit to yourself. Because my people, my family, my friends, my community, we can't afford to hear your bullshit no more.
Not right now.
We cannot afford to hear your bullshit.
We cannot.
Now, if you got a problem with what I say, goddamn it, hit me up. Because I'm going to tell you the same shit again. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you ignorant motherfucker. Shut the fuck up.
Glad your mama ain't here.
Listen, hold up. Carol Lively would probably, she would probably be calling me right now saying,
Shit, look, this Sarah Line be talking through me. She tapped me on my shoulder.
My mama,
She must have just came.
my mama would have said, "You right, but watch your language." And I would have said, Ma, it's coming out that way. You know
You
me.
would said, you would said, Ma, okay.
I am your son. I can't keep. Listen, you know what? And my thing is this: the time for talking nice to ignorant ass people is over.
It's done.
We can't afford to talk nice to ignorant people no more.
Kenneth,
We cannot.
Kenneth, if you want to hear a story, I go to the gym every morning at 5. And so the 5 a.m.ers, we know each other. There's a lot of black people in there. We know each other. And so I walk in with one of the guys I typically work out with. And I said, "Did you vote yet?" He said, "No, I don't know if I'm going to vote." And I lose it. I go, "What the fuck you talking about?" I said, "You black, you gay, you not gonna fucking vote? Are you lost your fucking mind?" So I'm walking into the gym cursing. I see another one of the guys, works for Fulton County. Anthony's a young guy. He asked me all kinds of questions, advice. And did you vote yet? Please fucking tell me you voted. But Leonard, I don't know those people. Have y'all lost your fucking minds? I just started screaming in the gym. Y'all have lost your fucking mind. This is no longer be nice. The people at the 5 a.m. was coming in, they started looking at me. I'm going, nah, fuck all that. That I can't. I got granddaughters. Y'all need to take your asses out and vote. If you blacking in this gym this morning, this is how loud I get. If you blacking in this gym this morning and you haven't voted, you are a fucking fool. At the top of my lungs. I was so furious. So the guy who was said, "Leonard, okay, Leonard, you really, really mad?" I said, "Man, I've lost it." I said, you were supposed to be one of the smart ones. Anthony, you were supposed to be one of the smart ones. I probably should have said Anthony's name. I don't think he'll care. You were supposed to be one of the smart ones. I'm like, is it more people in here that's not voting and you black? Are y'all fucking crazy?
But you know the thing is, this is the other part of it too.
Wait. I want to get the good news. So the guy that works in Fulton County said, "Leonard, I don't know if people can you send me who I need to vote for? Because I don't have time to do research. I'll go and vote."
That's bullshit.
I go and get him a ballot. I come home. I had other stuff to do. I print a ballot. I fill it out for him. I send him a picture. And both of them sent me pictures later on that afternoon showing they had voted. Both of them.
That's a good thing.
The time being nice is over. You and I agree with that. Over.
This is the thing. People keep talking about how she's not a good candidate. She got over 500,000 votes.
Yes.
600,000 plus.
Oh, 100,000 plus. Okay.
Yes. 600,000.
Michael Thurman came in second. Michael Thurman got 100 and something thousand.
Right. 600,000 plus. A lot of that was black women.
Yeah, but I want you to think about this now. Michael Thurman, the one who came in second, got 500,000 less votes than she did. Now, you mean to tell me that 600,000 people, or let's say 500, well, let's say this. Those 600,000 people are just completely wrong, that you the only one that know better than the rest of us?
She got more than Stacey in the primaries.
And I'm going to say this. I like Michael Thurman. I met him. He's very personable. He's very knowledgeable. All that stuff. He's done a good thing for DeKalb County and all that. And he's the last black statewide elected official. The last one. That was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But the other part of it is this. Michael Thurman is older.
Yep.
Michael Thurman is, if not 80, very, very close to 80.
I think he's 75.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you in a minute. Go ahead.
My thing is, we need some younger leadership.
Yep.
And both of them believe in the same thing. That's the crazy thing. And all these Democratic candidates, they all believe the same shit. Every single one of them.
Yeah, he's 73.
73. So they all believe in the same thing. So it's not a thing of policy. Their policy, there's no difference in all their policies. None whatsoever. So they all have the same policies, have all the same ideas. Why do you think she can't win, that she won't win, and he will? Because she's a woman. That's it. That's your only thing.
Okay,
that is your only thing.
And those people he's talking about at the gym is gonna be the reason she loses.
No, they voting. I don't know about y'all folks. My folks voting. They don't want me in the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning no more.
People with that mentality. People with that mentality.
Look, we don't want to hear from you. We don't want to hear from you. See? Look. See? There you go. We don't want to hear from you no more. Look. The question should be, what are we going to do to get her over the finish line? What are we doing? We passed that. What are we doing?
Now, hold on. So,
what are we doing?
I've been saying this before. It was an alligator. God damn.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it alive or dead?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just saw an alligator on the side of the road, y'all. That's I ain't never seen that shit before. But we've done all the crying, the yelling and the screaming and calling everybody out their name, which I just did. We've done that. Now it's time for solutions. And one of the solutions that we need is we just need to go out there and register people to vote and educate people. We need to start take the fight to the Republicans and start talking about not only just talking policy, because people don't want to hear policy. First thing I would say is, if y'all think gas prices are too high, guess what? Burt Jones supports that. Rick Jackson supports that. My opponents support higher gas prices. That's all you got to say. Mm-hmm. If your food prices are too high, they support that. That's it, because they support the man who did all this. Those tariffs you're talking about, they support that. They're the people, they're the reason why you're hurting now. They are the reason. Specifically, they are the reason, because they want to continue that bullshit. They want to continue that stuff. So if you think gas prices, food prices, all prices are too high right now, it's their fault. And just say it every day, all day, every day. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. This is what I'm coming with. I'm coming with this idea. This is what I'm going to do to end all that, to stop all of that. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm proposing. That's what we need to do.
I just want to know, can you see the comments?
No, I can't. I'm driving. I'm going to see the comments.
Do you want me to tell you what the comments are saying?
Yeah, what the comments are saying. I know at least two of them got something smart to say.
You have a growing problem. They don't want to hear you talk. They want to hear the other person talk.
See, once again, Leonard, once again, you putting people's business out there in the streets.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
It's not me. It's not me.
You the one that started all this.
They love you to death.
You the one that started. I'm talking serious stuff. I've got my serious voice on. I got my Barry White going on right now. My Barry White voice with my Jesse Jackson anger, and y'all talking about hearing somebody else talk.
The black women on here are saying they want to hear the black woman speak. They don't want to hear me and you no more.
And tell them to get up and say something. They can log in. Then who said that? Send them the link.
Oh my God.
Every week they get an opportunity to speak, and they don't come on and say nothing. They want to be the amen choir in the back.
Tell her to send me the email. I'll send her the link.
Just sitting here, starting shit. We talking serious business. And why they don't want to hear from her? Why aren't she saying something? That's the bigger question.
They don't want to hear from me and you. Okay. All right. Look, I'm about to say.
Who said that? Who said that?
11:06. No, we're not even going down that road. It's 11:06.
No. Don't listen. Don't throw a rock and then break the window and then hide your hand.
You know it was a Watkins.
Yeah, one of them.
Rick Jackson and
You know,
his
you know,
Georgia to be number one. Want Georgia to be number one in deporting illegal immigrants.
hey, look, I'm gonna tell both of y'all. I got this from inside. I'm gonna say this publicly. I got this from inside the room. You do not want Burt Jones. I've been told Burt Jones is Donald Trump on steroids, and he does not. He is a member of the national championship Georgia football team. What was it, Marion, in 2000? When was it? Not the one in early 2000, the last one before they just won this one not that long ago, Kenneth. But his family has
that was 8.
Yeah, his family has a background with the KKK. They have scrubbed it. They have scrubbed it like crazy. And
that's what we need. That's what we need to talk about.
Yeah,
that's the thing we need to put that out there.
He wants to turn Georgia into Alabama.
The fact that he's putting out, excuse me, in his commercials, he's showing pictures of him making a tackle.
Right. That's what he's trying to do.
That's what he's trying to. He's trying to say, yeah, I'm a University of Georgia alum. I played football. I made a tackle that caused a fumble in a game. Yep. Motherfucker, that's all you got to go on. You're a lieutenant governor, and that's all you got. You played for the University of Georgia.
He is the unindicted co-conspirator that Fani was going after.
Yes.
And he wins. Yeah. He's going after Fani with all guns ablazing. And so
they already trying.
Yeah. The question is, like you said, what are the 600,000 plus me going to do to get her over the finish line? And we have to get all 2.4 million people, at least 60 to 70% of 2.4 million African Americans at the polls. That is it. The assignment is clear. The assignment is clear. What are we going to do it? The assignment is clear. What are we going to do to do it? And that is going to take more than just going out to vote, like you said. You're going to have to.
We got to get people out there, and we've got to start putting information out there. Like the KKK thing, I didn't know that about him, and it's not hard to believe that he believes that's in his heart that he's a racist. But people think we use the race card too much. And those are the people who don't see that we didn't use it enough. We haven't used it enough.
Every teacher should be voting for kids.
And it's the whole thing, everything that we're talking about, all of the stuff that we're talking about, people's objections to her, they are minuscule compared to the other two. And that's what every Republican down the line that's running for office, every single one of them. Every single one of them wants to be a baby Donald Trump. Every single one of them. And we're sitting here allowing them to control the narrative. When we had the truth on our side, and all we got to do is act every day out there. Just put it out there. Every day, every single one of y'all. What we can do. You see a story that's negative about Burt Jones and Rick Jackson, put that shit, repost that shit.
And I'm glad you said that, because Roland Martin said that yesterday, and Marion would agree. Roland Martin said this yesterday. I'm a big Roland fan, because Roland's been on this for 12 years, 14 years since he came. Roland's been on this. I don't care what mistakes Roland has made. Overall, Roland's been on this. And Roland has said, if you go onto a social media site of Black influencers and they're saying misinformation, your obligation is to get on their site and to challenge their lies. Do not let them get away with it. Do not let them get away with it. It's in your little bitty sphere. If you see them out there saying dumb stuff about Keisha right now, saying stuff that's not true, you need to challenge on their sites, no matter how mad they get, because we've been letting them get away with too much. And we need to get Keisha over the finish line. And no matter what you might think, and to your boy, I'm glad you told your boy. I would have told him, man, shut the fuck up. We don't need that right now. Go somewhere. If you're not gonna help us, don't hurt us. Gonna help us, don't hurt us.
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
That's the long and short of it. Because we can't afford it. We can't afford that. We are in. You like to use this word. I think you use it way too much. Existential.
Look, Wait a minute. Let me be clear. Yeah, you just triggered me right now. Since Shelby versus Holder, does the data prove me right?
Oh, I didn't say you were wrong. I just said you used the word too much.
What else am I supposed to say? Give me another word. Give me a synonym.
A synonym?
Yeah.
We in the fight for our life.
Okay.
And that's more than one synonym. That's a whole phrase.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
we're in a generational fight.
Look, man. I am very, very clear on who this is gonna fall down on. I don't know. This is gonna fall on black women. It's gonna fall on black women. It's gonna fall on black women. I don't know how the hell to tell you. I don't give a damn about the word simp. I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. Truth of the matter is they done carried the water in the pail way better than we have because all we think we got to do is vote. And you can't ask them any more than they asking us, which is to leave. And it's about time we start calling out cowards, time we start calling out people. And I'm not like, I love Ryan Clark. But for Ryan Clark not to get on the air and tell all the black athletes, do not go to LSU is bullshit. It's bullshit.
Okay, he was that
wasn't true. None of that was true. He did not say that. He came on and said he didn't say that.
I know.
But to not do your part because you think do not do your part because you think that it's important for LSU to have a good football team. After what Greg Landry is doing, is nuts. If he wants to get desperate, then we need to match that energy. Ryan Clark could literally say, hey, he can convince five-star athletes from LSU not to come to LSU that'll get the ball rolling. Just like you said, it ain't gonna take more than one. It's gonna take maybe 5 to say that. 5 there, 5 at Georgia, 5 at Kentucky, 5 at Tennessee. They don't want that ball to get rolling. We need to call it for what it is. We need to call it for what it is. Black men of goodwill. That's all I ever say, man. Just be of goodwill, the best you can be. You need to call it for what it is. We need dramatic, big, high publicity examples of what will happen if you keep fucking with the black community. And right now, it's college athletics. Right now,
and also too, let's start boycotting the business of these state legislators. Let's start doing that. Make them pay personally. We can't. We've said this before. I know I've said it before, and you said it too.
Yeah.
And we all need to work. We could all do something. Boycott some of these people. Boycott some of these businesses that help to fund our basically boycott some of these businesses that are funding our oppression. Let's boycott them, no matter who they are. Let's do it.
Gotta go.
Let's do it. I mean, we're sitting here giving money to companies, and I did some research. There's a Tennessee legislator. I started doing Tennessee first. Guy that owns a pizza place, a gym, and some kind of bus company. He has an interest in a bus company. I'm gonna come on live and talk about that. And I stopped doing Tennessee because I started doing Georgia. And when Kemp said he wanted to do that, I started focusing on Georgia. So I'm gonna get all the information, every business that they own. These people they own, if they're part of a business, part of a law firm. I'm gonna do it with the law firm. I'm gonna do all of it. I'm going to do all of that because we need to make them pay personally. I don't care if they're a junior partner in a law firm. We're going to boycott that whole law firm because a lot of them do personal injury and all that, so they need our money. They're always taking our money. They always come to the black community with stupid ass damn commercials. So we're gonna make sure they don't get any of our money. If you are financing our oppression, we're going to boycott you so you can't afford to finance our oppression no more. We're going to make you broke. That's the long and short of it. Burt Jones has several businesses. We're going to hit those businesses too. Yeah, he got several of them. Got several of them. Rick Jackson, he owns some hospital type shit. we're going to figure out a way to fuck with him too. You're not going to sit here and disrespect my people and sit here and think we're going to let you live a comfortable life. No, your ass going to be broke too. You might be a billionaire. It might take a long time, but goddamn it, somebody in your family going to pay for this shit. So, and I meant to tell you, Leonard, we can't see you. All we see is a shadow. Your light skin ain't showing up. I don't know why you ain't turned the lights on in the house or what you didn't do.
I can't figure out what's going on with the camera on my desktop. So, but you know, we got you. We got you and your partner. So we don't need to see me. All we need
what we got to do with you?
Look, we don't need to see me. We just need to hear my voice. I'm just a hype man today.
Oh, you the hype man? Oh, okay.
I'm just a hype man today. We don't need to see me. I'm just a hype man. Call me the light-skinned Flavor Flav today.
Yeah, booty. Oh, hold on. Before we go, I have got to give a shout because I need to do this.
Don't give a shout out to some obscure person from Augusta that don't nobody know. You know how you good for that shit.
No.
Don't do good for that shit. Nope. I don't want to hear no Glen Hills business. I don't want to hear no Glen Hills business and about some unknown city councilman from Augusta. That ain't no. Make this quick.
It is gonna be some Glen Hills business, but it's positive.
Okay.
So yesterday, I got word that the U.S. history students, my students, got the third highest test scores on the end of course test in the county.
Man, that's absolutely great. I don't know how to do the clapping emoji on our screen.
It's right here on the left hand side.
It's
I need to get a black one
Davidson behind Davidson. What you call it? Shit. What was it? Behind Davidson and what's the other school? Magnet School, Johnson. Those are the other two. We were number 3 behind them. And I have to. I'm giving a shout out to my students because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was my students. They did it all. I ain't taking no credit for it.
You should take credit. Absolutely. I'm not going to be quiet on that. Make a left right here. Right here. You absolutely should take credit for that.
I'm not taking credit for it because it was my students.
It was your students that you taught.
It was my students.
It was your students it was your students that you taught, and you got the third highest, and you had a 100%. And so, and for that, you should celebrate that loudly and proudly because it would not have done it without you. So give him a shout out, y'all. And I'm not being. He wants me to be quiet, but I'm not going to be quiet for that one.
Hey, Kenneth, you got another message.
You the man. You the man. You is the man for that. You did that. Your students should be proud of you. So Leonard, give us a big shout out to Kenneth because he did the damn thing.
Look. I'm always pumping up my boy. He know that. Even when I think he's being difficult, I'm always pumping him up. He don't do it.
100% increase. A 100%.
Yeah, it was a 100% increase from last year.
I'm so proud of you. Aren't you proud of me, Harriet? Aren't you proud of him? Dennis, aren't you proud of him? Look, we're so proud of you.
I finally did something right.
We're so proud of you. We are so proud of you. All right, man.
And I'm being real honest that my students I'm very proud of, and I wish school year ended and we didn't find the scores out until yesterday. I wish I had known that before the school year ended, and I would have done something for them. But so if anybody knows any students, 11th grade students, show them some love.
I just want you to know your favorite Watkins is joining you left and right. I told you Harriet was going to turn on you.
My favorite one. Et tu, Harriet, et tu.
Okay, Kenneth. You gave us an hour and 20 minutes with your Miss. We're gonna call her Miss Snuffleupagus. She don't exist. We just hear her voice. We're gonna let you end it with her chiming in. If she don't chime in, we're not gonna end the show.
She ain't in the car, so it's all good.
You end it.
Hey, y'all, listen. For the next week, do something. Just do something. Seriously, do, because we need it. We really need it. So find somebody, talk to somebody, say something to somebody, encourage somebody, whatever you need to do to get them to vote and get them to participate in the process. We need to do it.
Okay. I'm gonna end it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, so see y'all next week, and I'm gonna say deuces. He got something to say, so.
And the magic words for the next 6 months, if you find somebody black about to do what Kenneth's friend is doing, is these are the magic words. Shut the fuck up. That was the magic word. That's not a cooler, that's a suitcase, Marion. Stop starting shit. Shut the fuck up. That's the magic words. It's no longer civil is gone. Being civil is gone. If you see them about to say
we ain't been civil no more. We ain't been civil no more. We talking about what needs to be done to get the process done. Because people on the other side, those racists, they do whatever it takes. So we gonna do whatever it takes too. It's all gonna be.
Say deuce. Say deuces. Say deuces.
Deuces. See y'all next week.
Bye, Kenneth. Bye, friend.
You ain't shit. You know that, right? You ain't shit.
Kenneth, everybody says bye.
Yeah. Because of your brother, Harriet. That's why everybody in my business. Your brother got diarrhea of the mouth.
Bye, Kenneth. Bye, friend.